G'day guys, welcome to my RSY's feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 10 predictions for 2021 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with this first game of this match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Newcastle Knights. Now, in this game, what I can tell about this game, the West Tigers haven't been pretty good at the moment. They've been struggling at the moment with so many injuries, penalties, errors, you name it, goes like on and on. But the West Tigers have been like improving, but I had to say like 30%, they've been improving like only by half in that match last week. They were pretty much struggling in that game. I could be attention about that game because like the Tigers are a really good team, but still at the moment they haven't got really good players at the moment, and they've been struggling with so many injuries, so many like changes and stuff like that. But I just have to say I feel so sorry for the West Tigers because they've been struggling at the moment with like stuff like, well, I said it before, but like injuries and that. But for the Newcastle Knights, these two teams have been awkwardly struggling at the moment, and this one's going to be a tight match. And obviously in this game, no Kalen Ponga. Just a little bit of update for you guys. No Kalen Ponga. He has been ruled out for a couple of weeks due to a cork. No, actually not a cork. What's it called? What is it? Oh, can't remember. No, actually can't remember actually. I got told that yeah, he's gonna be out of that match, so no Kalen Ponga in that game. But certainly for Tex Hoy, that will be replacing him in that game, the number 20 jersey. I just still have a gut feeling that this game's going to be real tight, and the Tigers haven't been really good at the moment, and the Newcastle Knights haven't at the moment. They've been struggling a bit much, and last week when they played against the Raiders, they've been really good, solid, and really breaking tackles and stuff like that, by the credit to the Knights. But in that game, I'm just going to go with the Newcastle Knights in this match. I just think that the Newcastle Knights will have a really good game in this match and really put things into solid and really smash the Tigers in this game, because I just don't think that this game's going to be really tough for the Tigers. I reckon they will struggle in that game, so I'm going to go with the Tigers in this one. And my scoreline in this game, I'm going to go with like say 24-10 in that match, and I just think in this game it will be a pretty tight match anyway, and I reckon the Knights will beat the West Tigers anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Seagulls going up against the Broncos. Now in this match, what I can say about this game, since it's the Magic Round, which I forgot to mention in my video, the intro, this game for the Broncos and Manly, since it's away for Broncos, away game, but it will be at Suncorp Stadium, this game I reckon will be another crucial game. I just don't think that this game for the Broncos will go into tension like how the way that the Broncos are at the moment. They're just not really solid at the moment, and just the way how they're playing football is just really struggling for them. But no Patrick Carrigan because he's going to be out for the season with an ACL injury. That means Thomas Flegler will be replacing him. I think either the number 12 jersey, if I believe. Yeah, so no changes for Manly. Still solid for that team. So Manly are a really good team. Last week they defeated the Warriors 38-32 last week. We're still heated moment in that game. I just think going up against the Broncos, they are a really good team, but the Broncos are just not suitable for going up against Manly, because like Manly are a pretty solid team. I know they've been struggling a couple of times, couple of weeks, but I just reckon in this game, I reckon the Manly Seagulls will really get it on foot in this game, and I reckon like they will smash the Broncos in that match. But in this game, for my intention, I reckon the Manly Seagulls will really play it hard and really play it solid like the Melbourne Storm usually do. But I reckon the Manly Seagulls will win in that game. So I'm going to go with the Manly Seagulls in that match, and I'm going to set a scoreline in that game, 32-10 in that match anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Raiders. Now, the Raiders have been absolutely pretty much kind of struggling, kind of being alright at the moment, though. Like since last week, they got thrashed by the Newcastle Knights. I reckon they'll play it very simple in this game. Like since the Bulldogs aren't doing too well in any other matches. Still no Corey Allen, still no Lachlan Lewis. Both of them have been injured. I think Lachlan Lewis has been gotten HIA, so concussion, and Corey Allen's got a burner. So that means like the burner, I think it would be by the leg, if I believe. I'm not too sure if next week he will be coming back, but I'm not sure. Probably number of weeks, I believe. But still no Jordan Rapana, which that means like Semi Vailimi, I would say, is replacing him on the number 5 jersey. Bailey Simonson, number 2, and then you got Caleb Aikens, number 1. Those 3 players have been really good so far, but I haven't seen Semi Vailimi usually play. He usually plays unless if like someone gets injured or something like that. That's his replacement on the field or squad anyway. But I believe the Raiders will definitely win in this game because the Bulldogs, they're just not in the right predicament at the moment, and the Bulldogs are just not really focusing on like football. They're just really, they're not like respecting each other. I feel like every single game, like how they play, they're just not respecting each other. They're not respecting the coaches. They're not respecting like the managers, staff. I just don't think they will win this year and get up to that 12th or 11th spot like in that game. So, well, in the season, I believe. But in this game, though, I'm going to go with the Raiders in this match, and I just think the Raiders will definitely win in this game. And I'm going to say in this match, 36 points to 10 in that game, and I just don't think the Bulldogs will win in that match anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Sharks going up against the Rabbitohs. Now, okay, in this game, the last week since the Rabbitohs got thrashed, that was absolutely insane and really shocking for the Rabbitohs. But there was no Latrell Mitchell, Campbell Graham, Cameron Murray, Adam Reynolds, like you name it. Like there weren't any other suitable players in that squad, and in that match, like it was absolutely like terrible for the Rabbitohs to not score in that game. But going up against the Sharks haven't been doing too good at the moment, and at the moment they're just not really conceding a lot of points and a lot of perspective into that leadership in that match. Not in any other matches, but still, what I can say about this game, it's going to be a tight one, but I just don't think the Sharks will obviously win in this game, unless if they really put some points on. Still no Jesse Ramian in that squad, so that means Will Chambers will be replacing him on the number 4 jersey for the Cronulla Sharks. Since that, Adam Reynolds is going to the Broncos. Just to give you guys a little bit of heads up for all you South fans out there. Adam Reynolds is going to the Broncos, I believe. Yeah, so he's doing that next year, not this year. So I reckon this game will be a very tight match, but not very tight. I reckon, say like the Rabbitohs will really get the benefit of the doubt in this game. I reckon the Rabbitohs, since like they lost to the Storm, like very high scoring game, I reckon they will put some points on to the Sharks, and I reckon they will really aim up in this game. So I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs in that match. And I'm going to say in this game, I'm going to go with 22 points to 10 in that match anyway. So I reckon the Rabbitohs will win against the Sharks. The next game of that match, we see the Roosters going up against the Cowboys. Now, in this match, the Cowboys have been doing really good so far. I heard that they have been improving really well. But in this game, going up against the Roosters, they've been losing a lot of players at the moment. No Luke Keary, no Boyd Cordner, which that means Sam Walker will be on the number 7 jersey as usual, playing for the number 7 anyway, which he's been improving really well, scoring a lot of points. But obviously, sad news, no Brent Morris, which he will be out for the season. Obviously, I don't think he will be playing anymore. Maybe or might be, I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I just think since Matt Ikuvalu last week was really good, I think he's earned the number 5 jersey for the Roosters, and since that, I reckon Matt Ikuvalu or someone else will replace Brett Morris in the number 5 jersey anyway, in that match or any other games also. But the Cowboys, though, they've been absolutely really good. Credit to the Cowboys with Scott Drinkwater, Jake Clifford, no Ben Hampton. I don't really like him because he just doesn't really cooperate very well. Actually, I like Valentine Holmes. Really, he's kind of good at the moment, but he's slowly getting to that stage, that spot. But I just don't think he's a fullback in that game, in his jersey, if I believe, for the team. But in this game, I'm going to go with the Roosters in this one, and since that, I reckon the Roosters will really get the benefit of the doubt in this game, since they lost to the Eels last week. And no Drew Hutchison also too. That's another one with a lung puncture and a rib injury. And yeah, since that, I'm going to go with the Roosters. But for the scoreline in that game, I'm going to say maybe 28 points to 12 in that match. And I reckon the Roosters will really step it up in this game anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Warriors going up against the Eels. Now, in this game, the Warriors, they've been really good so far at the moment. They've lost to Manly Seagulls, but they've been really good at the moment. They're just really balancing it out with players and stuff like that. But I just think that since the Warriors are a really good team, going up against the Eels in this match, since it's the Warriors' home game, this match is going to be a really tight of a game. But really, the Eels are really stepping it up. And since they're coming second on the ladder, which that means Panthers are coming first on the ladder, this one's going to be a real tight of a fighter. But still, if I believe in this game, I just reckon since no Dylan Brown for suspension, since Jacob Arthur, Brad Arthur's son, will be coming into that number 6 jersey, he will really, I reckon he will step it up in this game, and I reckon he will score 2 tries in that dying moment in that match for Jacob Arthur. I reckon he will step up in that game and really put things into that perspective. And in that match, since the Eels have been doing really good so far, but last year they haven't, they've been really struggling, I reckon they will step it up in this game, and I reckon the Warriors will struggle in that match. I just don't think the Warriors will win in that game, since the Parramatta Eels have been doing it really solid, since Mike Osivo, Clint Gutherson, Mitchell Moses, Reid Marnie, all of them players, they've been absolutely really stepping it up in that game last week, and I reckon they will improve for this week going up against the Warriors in that match. I reckon they will do it solid. I'm going to go with the Parramatta Eels in that game. I'm going to say in that match, I'm going to go with 24-12 in that game, and I reckon it'll be a very average game anyway. So yeah, I reckon the Eels will definitely win in that match. The The next game of that match, we see the Storm going up against the Dragons. Now, the Dragons have been doing really good so far. I believe that the Dragons are a really good team, but since they've won against the Bulldogs last week, I just don't think that in this game it has been really good for them against this Storm side. And since the Storm are a really good team, I just don't think the Storm will struggle in any type of terms. Since the Storm are a really good team, I just don't think the Dragons will win in that game. I reckon they'll struggle in that match, and still, if I believe, so I just don't really think that the Dragons will win in that game. Since the Storm have been doing it really solid. Last week they've beaten the Storm. Last week they've beaten the Rabbitohs 50 points to 0. I just think that they will have a high-scoring game, another high-scoring game, and since that, I just don't think they will be really punctured in that game. But they may have a bit of knock-ons and stuff like that, but I just think that they will really balance it out in that game. But since Nico Hines, Josh Adokar, George Jennings, Justin Olam, you got Remus Smith, all those good players out there that they are doing a really solid in that team, I just reckon they will really step up in that game, and I reckon it will be a high-scoring game in that match anyway. So, and what I believe in that game, I'm going to go with the Storm in this one, and I just reckon that they will win in that game by the benefit of the doubt, 10 out of 10. I just reckon they will do it solid in that game. So, and my prediction for that scoreline, I'm going to go to say 32-12. I just reckon that it will be a high-scoring game, and I just reckon the Storm will really put some points on the Dragons anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Titans going up against the Panthers. Now, in this game, what I do think about this match, the Titans have been doing really good so far. They've been really stepping up equally, every time, every game. And what I'd say, the Titans have been doing really good so far, but I just don't think, since they're going up against this good quality Panthers team, the Panthers are just like the Storm. And this is why I believe that will go to attention, because the Storm have been like the Panthers, and those two sides, the Panthers have been doing really solid so far at the moment for the season, since they're sitting first on the ladder with no losses, and keeping it for I think 9th or 10 straight wins. I just think that they will win against the Titans in this game, and Titans, I reckon they'll struggle in that match, since they've got AJ Brimson. He's been doing solid, but not that good solid of a player for the team. And I just don't think since AJ Brimson is not really a good player, sometimes I just reckon though that the Titans won't win in that game, but I reckon the Panthers will, because they've been really good and they've been playing very solid, executing very well, knowing how to play the ball properly, really executing to that hypertension. I just don't think the Titans will win in that game. They will struggle, but I reckon it'll be a tight, average, or basically a high-scoring game. So in that match, I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one, and I'm going to say in that game, I'm going to reckon, in this game, 42-18, and I just reckon the Titans will really struggle in that match anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe, and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 207 anyway, so let's get up to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.